Welcome back, everyone. This is Chris Neal with Real Science with Chris Neal and Rejuvenate HRT. I wanted to give you guys a big Happy New Year's. It's January 2022, which means it's New Year's resolution time again. Everybody's talking about weight loss, and today we're going to do a deep geek out session dive into a new weight loss product. Some people are saying this is the greatest weight loss product that has ever hit the medical community. Semaglutide. It's new. We're going to check it out. We're going to do a deep dive and talk about it. So here we go. Semaglutide. Is semaglutide the best thing since sliced bread? We're going to get into that, and we're going to see if we can answer that question. When it comes to something like that, I always like to take a big step back and try and see the forest through the trees. First off, when it comes to the most powerful weight loss supplement or the best thing you can do, that there's so many fads that have been hitting us, for decades about weight loss. Oh, we got to try this, you got to try that, but really when it comes down to it, everyone is very different. I cannot impress enough, and in all of the research actually in regards to semaglutide, they always put in there that exercise and diet is so important, lifestyle changes are important. You have to look at yourself first and see, okay, what is my biggest deficit? Maybe you just have to get up off the couch, and that is the biggest thing you can do. Maybe your hormones are out of whack. You need to look inside and look at your own body chemistry. That's one of the things we specialize with at Rejuvenate HRT that we really dig into. We focus on you as an individual and what that means to your health, your fitness, and your overall performance. We love that stuff. But anyway, let's dig into semaglutide as a medication and see if we can answer that question. Is semaglutide really as good as what it's caught up as what it's put out there to be? So semaglutide actually has been around for a while. It's really not new technology as far as medications are concerned. It is a hormone, or it is a synthetic hormone. It's a peptide. So you guys know I love peptides. Peptides are awesome, and it's fascinating to me to find amazing supplements and products that can really change people's lives and change their fitness and their performance, their overall weight goals, their health. And when it comes down to it, a lot of these products are things that our body has already has. Like, they've already been invented. We had them inside ourselves, and we're just on the outside. We're just making replicas of things that we already have and supplementing that. So I think that's just amazing by itself. But semaglutide is like that. It's a peptide hormone. It's a synthetic one in the GLP-1 category. So basically the way that works, there are GLP-1 receptors in different parts of the body. Most of them are in the intestines. They're also in the brain too. So, but just to back up, like I was saying before, semaglutide isn't like the technology behind it isn't new. But actually back in 2014, so wow, that would be like almost 8 years ago, the FDA approved another medication. That's actually the last time since semaglutide. That's the last time that the FDA has approved a medication for obesity and for weight loss. 8 years without approving a medication. There just hasn't been anything, I guess, that good that's come along. But the last one was another medication that the same company, Novo Nordisk, is the one that created semaglutide. They also had another one called liraglutide, and there's also a couple others in the glutide family. But liraglutide, Victoza, you guys have probably heard the brand name Victoza. That came out in 2014, and it's another GLP-1 agonist. It acts in the same way, but it's not as effective. They found in studies when they compared the two that the new one, the new hotness, semaglutide, that one is actually double or twice as effective in as far as weight loss goes in a lot of the studies. So, and one of the kind of the annoying things about the Victoza is that is an injection. It is an injection that you have to do every day. And with semaglutide, they have the same type of mechanism, but they lengthened the half-life on it. So the half-life on semaglutide is about a week. So you can do one sub-Q shot per week, and that does the trick. And it's a lot more effective. So it is now FDA approved, and it's exciting. There are a lot of research studies that you can read about, a lot of comparisons, and they look at how much weight you lose and everything. Then the vast majority of the serious research studies that are done, this is important to understand. It's always so key to really get an appreciation for the backdrop of the research study before you just assume things about the research study that they say. So the majority of the serious research studies that have been done on semaglutide are related to, and this is not for diabetes. I'm saying, so they've done tons of studies for diabetes, but they've also done studies just for weight loss for people specifically that do not have diabetes. But in that subset of population, all of those people that they choose to be in the research study has a BMI over 30, so they're medically considered obese. Now, I think that for what we do and for our my idea of BMI is in my opinion is ridiculous, but there are certain keys and certain it's a certain piece of data that is important to understand when we're going into looking at things like this. So just as a point of reference, I'll put up the BMI chart here. My BMI is a 28. I bounced from a 28 to a 29. So I haven't checked my body fat percentage in a while, but I'm overweight medically. I'm on the top end of being overweight. I'm almost obese. If I gained another 5 to 7 pounds or so, I'd be medically obese. So the whole BMI thing, is for another discussion. But we have to understand that all of the people in this study are in that category, over 30 of a BMI. So if I wanted to be a part of this research study, I would get kicked out day one. They wouldn't even so if I know that as a backdrop from the beginning, I have to be careful about the assumptions that I make based on all of these other people that are a BMI of 30. So if we're trying to use semaglutide, yes, we can make predictions about how well it's going to work and what it's going to do based on the mechanics, but we have to be extra thoughtful, because we are, if you're not in that subset of a BMI over 30, that doesn't mean you can't use it, but the assumptions might differ. If you have a subset of people that, and we don't know this specifically, but if you have a subset of people that are not working out, and you get them to begin working out while they're on semaglutide, so we don't know the kind of workouts they're doing. Maybe they're walking 15 minutes a day. I don't know. But like I said, if I tried to join the research study to be a part of this, and I said from the beginning, look, I'm overweight, my BMI is 28, and I lift weights 6 days a week, they'd kick me out, So it's an important aspect with reading. When you read any medical study, you have to scrutinize that level if your goal is to try and make assumptions to a different subset of people, But still, I like the data that comes out. The data is very, very promising. This stuff is strong. This stuff is really, really strong, and I like it. So let's get on with it. So there's like I said, semaglutide was also has it was originally designed for the use for diabetes, for protection of sugar and lowering blood sugar. And then there's if you lower your blood sugar, there's all kinds of health benefits to that. Obviously, for people that have severe and diabetes, type 2 diabetes. So it started out as approved as a diabetes medication under the name Ozempic. Ozempic is the name for that one. So this one is these medications are strong. They are out there, and they're expensive. If you using the brand name versions, they are the Ozempic is, if you can get on some kind of a discount plan, you're spending $900 to $1,000 every 6 weeks. So it gets up there. The weight loss version is the exact same medication. It's just at a higher dosage, but of course they put a different brand name on it, or a different brand name on it. So that one's called Wegovy. Yeah, Wegovy. Don't ask. but that's what it's called. So Wegovy is higher dosage, but that one's $1,300 to $2,000 a month, and that's discounted. So like that stuff can really get up, but it works. It works a lot stronger than anything else out there, with actually, compared to some of the other big key players for weight loss medications, very minimal side effects. There's still sides, but much less so in comparison to that. So those are the brand names. Now semaglutide is available from compounding pharmacies, and so we can go with the generic, which is it's a simple peptide. So there's nothing fancy about the brand name. There's nothing to it, but to compound it, So once we're able to compound it, it doesn't have to be. So we carry Rejuvenate HRT carries semaglutide, and it's oh my gosh, it's a fraction of the cost here, but it works really well. It just does. So I like that. Let's get into the mechanism a little bit. As I said before, semaglutide is for weight loss, for the purpose of weight loss. It is an injection. It does have like about a week half-life. Okay, but let's talk about what semaglutide actually does once it's injected sub-Q into your body. So semaglutide, as I said before, it's a GLP, glycogen-like protein number 1 agonist. So it goes to those GLP-1 receptors. Okay, that's the nice thing about peptides. Peptides, they don't mess around in the body. They have specific places they want to go. They go and do the specific thing they want to do, and they leave. And I like that. They don't wreak havoc and create a mess in other places where they shouldn't be. So that's why I really like the use of peptides in general. You have to understand mechanically how they work, but they're very focused. So semaglutide goes to these GLP-1 receptors. So what does that mean? So GLP-1 is generally and naturally made in your intestines. It goes to the pancreas. That's where the GLP-1 receptors are, and it stimulates the production of insulin. It does that with a purpose, and the purpose is to move and deliver sugar, get it to where it needs to go. Don't let the sugar just hang around, and that's the whole purpose of those GLP-1 receptors in the pancreas. So it creates this chain reaction of activity, metabolic activity, to get this sugar moving. Insulin is, I call insulin our UPS trucks. Insulin are the delivery trucks that take sugar and other things too, but mostly sugar to where all the places around in the body. Sugar can't just deliver itself. It has to be taken and through with insulin. So we got to have effective or sensitive insulin process in order to make that happen effectively. And if we can crank that process up, then sugar's not going to hang around. And as we know, sugar that hangs around in the body, what does it do? It turns into fat, and we don't like that. So we have to constantly play tug of war with that. With our diet, with the type of activity that we do, and with our overall body character. So that's one aspect of semaglutide. The other thing that it does that's actually really cool is that there are actual GLP-1 receptors in the brain, in the hypothalamus and other parts of the brain. So the brain is it's the management system for everything in the body. The lower part of the brain, especially the hypothalamus and others, they deal with some of the a lot of the regulatory processes in the body that we don't have to think about, that just happen automatically. So there are receptors there that play the same, that support the same role that the GLP-1 receptors in the pancreas also support. So but in a different way. So if those GLP-1 receptors up there are getting hit at the same time, what the brain does, it begins to shut off your appetite. It slows your appetite down. Okay, so now the whole process of just wanting to eat all the time and, oh man, I'm hungry again, I need a snack or whatever, then, which is the case usually when you're dieting or you're trying to shred down, and you're lowering your caloric intake, you get hungry, so if we can support that or kind of block some of that, so we're not as hungry, then that will help us to maintain a caloric deficit, which does overall add towards the weight loss in a very big way at the same time. Other receptors and other things that it does around that whole area, it slows gastric emptying. So what that means is that your stomach is like a giant bag with a hole in the top and a hole in the bottom. So when food comes in, the stomach churns and churns and churns, and it spits out stomach acid and churns to digest your food, and it pushes it through. Now, if you can slow that down, because there's also feedback receptors on the stomach. That's one of the ways that your body tells you that you're full, is stretch receptors in your stomach. So if we can slow down the stomach response and say, whoa, ease up on the plate, push the plate away a little bit. We're getting kind of full here. Let's ease up. So if we can do that and slow the stomach down, then you are much less likely to overeat. Okay, so that's awesome. So people that, like, if you think about the guys that are doing like a hot dog eating contest, for example, like they have to do everything they can to fight through that response, but if we're trying to lose weight, we want the opposite. We want to slow down gastric emptying. We want to decrease our appetite, and we want to increase our insulin to deliver the sugar all through our body. Therefore, we get global weight loss, fat loss. Cholesterol goes down, and people are losing a lot of weight. I mean, there's a lot of reports out there, and good studies that are showing 30 pounds, 50 pounds more, and incredible amounts of weight. And it's much higher than what we've ever seen with a safe FDA-approved medication. So this medication, this is not something that I would just pick up on the street or whatever. Like this is a prescribed medication, so talk to your medical professional. First off, if you don't have a good medical professional, you gotta find one. Medical professionals that deal with you as an individual, and they will listen to you and talk to you about your performance, your goals, your fitness, your overall health, and keep it all under the umbrella of health. You can reach maximum performance, amazing levels of performance under the umbrella of health if you know what you're doing. So get with someone like that. You can get with us at Rejuvenate HRT. I would love to talk to you and get all that going too. We look at your labs, we look at your hormones. In reality, all of this all of this plays in. You have to have all of it in order to reach the maximum of your overall performance. So it's fun stuff. So now getting to the medication, how we take it, and the dosing, it's a little tricky. All right. So this is going to take some paying attention to, and this is not a medication you want to play with. This is not one of those bro science things where, well, if 10 unit works great, then I'm going to take 30 units. It'll probably work better. No, this is not the one you want to play with. So, like I said, it's a strong one. So that it works, but you got to follow the rules. You got to follow the directions and respect it. So this has an escalating, we're going to increase the dosage on the medication all the way upwards to 2.4 milligrams per week. But we don't start there. Your body would freak out. So we don't start at 2.4. We start at a lower dosage this is going to sound a little odd, but we're going to start at a low dosage for a month. Weeks 1 through 4, you're going to start with a super low dosage. Your body has to get used to this, and you start losing weight pretty quickly, with it. So, and like I said, it's 1 shot a week. Then, so when you hit week 5, so week 1 is typically 0.25 milligrams per week, okay, of an injection. All right, of the medication semaglutide. Week 5 through 8, so the next month, basically, you're gonna bump it up. You're gonna double up on your semaglutide, 0.5 per week. Okay, 1 shot a week, sub-Q. And then when you get beyond that, weeks 9 through 12, you're going to double that up. You're going to go to 1 milligram per week. And then, and your body's used to it now, so you're going to go through that for another 4 weeks. When you hit week 13 through 16, 1.7 milligrams. All right. And then after that, you go to the top end dose of 2.4 milligrams, and you just ride that out every week. And you can stay on it, like people are staying on it ultimately. Like you don't have to cycle it if you don't want to, but people can stay on it consistently with very few side effects. Whenever you do anything with the pancreas, you're going to have pancreatic type side effects. So nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, those are possible. Usually the most common one is a little bit of nausea. It's manageable, but a little bit of nausea with this, but it's not that bad. In the big research studies, only 4% of people had to quit the study because of the side effects. They didn't appreciate the side effects. So 96% of the people were able to manage it just fine, and they achieved amazing weight loss results. So just keep that in mind. It's there. It's possible. I cannot stress this enough. You have to follow the directions. Don't think that you can just jump to the max dose because, I think I'm a big guy, so I can take more. No, this is not the bro science like that. We don't do that. And if you do plan on doing that, you're in a world of hurt. You're going to be in a world of hurt. So that's the medication. Like I said, we do have it. We're very, very excited about the medication and being able to put it out there and offer it to our patients. I'd love to talk to you about it. I'd love to talk to you about your goals. Again, this has to fit into your goals. If you're doing anything, especially with your appetite, with your metabolism, with mechanical functions with your food on the inside, we're regulating hormones. You really want to understand what you're doing. And because I cannot stress the importance of activity and working out, exercise with this, because if we are basically increasing our nutrient utilization, we could with a medication like this, I could certainly see how people would think, hey, if I'm on semaglutide, I want to also do a big caloric deficit, and maybe that'll make me lose weight faster. But you can hurt yourself like that. So you might not come up with the look that you think you're going to come up with. So all of these things have to be looked at and managed and all put into play into a great protocol and a great plan that's going to work best for you. And if you do that, you can have a great understanding for how your body works, and also amazing results, and really, really shred down and get lean. We want to maintain our muscle too. So that's one of the things that they found in that study population of people that were over 30, that if they did not put the exercise into their protocol, that they lost fat, but they also lost lean muscle mass. Okay, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to lose lean muscle mass. That's not cool. So I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to make sure that I don't suffer from that. But this is a very powerful medication, and understanding how the medications work from a nutrient basis, you can mess it up and it can rob you of the nutrients you need to maintain. So very powerful stuff. I really like it. I like the science behind it. I like how safe it is. Talk to your medical professional. It's so important to have a great relationship and understanding with what you're trying to achieve. And then go from there. So I like it. I give it a thumbs up. Stay tuned. We'll be doing more videos about other weight loss medications too, and other supplements. But this one's on the top of my list. I'm definitely going to give this one a try, and I'll give you guys an update and let you know how it goes. If you guys are already on it, please hit me up. Let me know how things are going. If you have any questions about anything, any medications, or protocols, or your hormones, how the body works, please reach out to me here on my channel. You can hit me up at the clinic, and I would love to talk to you in a free consultation at rejuvenatehrt.com. Thank you guys so much. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. You can find me on TikTok now. You can find me on Instagram. You can find our company page, Rejuvenate HRT, on Instagram. I would love to reach out to you. I'd love to talk to you. Please like and subscribe. It's all a part of the algorithm, so we can keep on doing what we're doing and giving you guys the best information out there. So if you're going to be anything in this world, be real. Be real. We love you over here at Real Science with Chris Neal. Thanks a lot for your time. I'll talk to you soon. Stay healthy.